Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Overnight, we got two promotional cards that are going to be coming out that actually do tie to the anime, and these cards are really cool. We got a Millennium card, which of course is a deck kind of based on Grandpa Moto's deck, and we got a new Shark monster. Shocked about that. I feel like we haven't gotten Shark support in 3 months. It's unbelievable how much Shark support we have gotten. I believe since 2020, we have gotten Shark support every single year. There must be somebody over at Konami that either loves Nash or just loves Sharks, or maybe both. But we got a new Shark card, and I actually think the Shark card is really good. But let's just jump right into it, and we're going to start with the Millennium card, Soul of Gaia, the Fierce Knight, or Soul Dwelling Gaia, the Fierce Knight. Before we get into its effects, I want to say I love the artwork. If you don't know, this artwork is directly taken from the manga, which is really cool. It looks identical. Gaia the Fierce Knight has always been one of my low-key favorite monsters from the original series. It's so basic in its design. It's a warrior riding a horse. The only way that's cooler is if he's riding a dragon, which of course Gaia the Dragon Champion is him riding Curse of Dragon, which is freaking awesome. But I love that they simply took the art from the manga and just slapped it onto this card, a new Gaia card. The original Gaia the Fierce Knight, of course, is level 7, which is kind of goofy because Gaia at this point is just like, it should not be a level 7 monster given, but I guess back in the day it was, of course, a stronger monster. But this is down to a level 6 monster, which is good because, of course, you only need 1 tribute instead of 2. And the card is always treated as a Millennium card. The third effect is once per turn. If a level 5 or higher monster is on the field, you can normal summon this card without tributing. So that's great. It's got an effect that allows it to summon itself easily as long as you have a level 5 or higher monster. The second effect, increase the levels of monsters your opponent normal or special summoned in attack position while this monster was on the field by 7. So you might say, oh, that's kind of an interesting effect, but that can really screw up your opponent's deck if they're playing like an Xyz deck or any sort of deck that requires a certain amount of levels. I can immediately see this being a problem for your opponent if they are playing a level like a rank 4 spam deck, if you will, because if they summon a monster that is level 4, it immediately goes up to a level 11 monster, and then of course you can't just, overlay 2 level 4 monsters. So that is kind of a funny troll effect that can mess with your opponent's deck if their deck is reliant on having specific levels in order to get special summons or extra summons out. And then the once per turn effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect as a quick effect, meaning you can activate on both turns, you can send one other level 5 or higher monster you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So it's always great when your monster has a quick effect because obviously it's an effect that you can do on your opponent's turn. It's even better when that quick effect negates an opponent's monster effect, and the only cost here is sending a level 5 or higher monster card you control to the graveyard. Now, in order to normal summon this without tributing, you need to have a level 5 or higher monster. So you should, theoretically, when you're summoning this, probably already have a level 5 or higher monster card on the field. So this card seems pretty okay. It would have been nice, of course, if there was a way to special summon it from the hand. Like if you were able to special summon this instead of normal summon this card if you had a level 5 or higher monster. I feel like that would make it so much better. But I think the coolest element of this card is not necessarily its effect, but the fact that it, of course, is taken design-wise right from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, which is really cool. And I thought about it. I'm like, man, Gaia, a Grandpa Moto card, but it makes sense, right? Grandpa Moto is the one who gave his deck to Yugi, and so even though probably a lot of us associate Gaia with Yugi Moto, understandably so, that deck was passed down from his grandpa. So Gaia being originally in Grandpa's deck makes total sense, and therefore this being a new Millennium card is really cool, and I'm excited. It's very similar to like the Shining Sarcophagus cards. I love that we have a way to kind of retrain these older OG monsters into more advanced, newer archetypes. Not to say they're going to be meta-defining, but it's fun that there is some viability to play with these cards. So that is a really cool card. And then, of course, we have to get to the Shark monster, Vase Shark. Now, of course, that name probably sounds familiar to some of you. There is a card, Chaos number 32, Shark Drake Vase, and the monster's name and appearance are obviously based on that card. And this is basically just a main deck counterpart of Chaos number 32, which is really cool. And this is basically a Lone Fire Blossom for sharks, which is always a really good effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can tribute one fish monster, special summon one fish shark monster from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except water monsters. And then the once per turn effect. A Shark Drake Xyz monster that has this card as material gains this effect. Once per turn, when a spell or trap or effect is activated as a quick effect, detach two materials, negate, and if you do, destroy. And again, we just talked about it with Gaia. The difference here is this negates a spell or trap. This does not negate a monster effect, but still pretty handy there. You also, as a cost, are only getting rid of overlay units. You are not getting rid of another monster on your field, which is what Gaia's cost is. But similar there, Gaia negates the monster, Vase Shark. An Xyz monster that has Vase Shark as a material negates a spell or a trap. This card is really, really good because of that, again, Lone Fire Blossom effect, tributing a fish monster, special summoning one fish shark monster from your deck, and then only locking you into water monsters is fine. Usually you're only going to be running water monsters in this deck, but I still feel like the problem with the shark deck is there's a lot of monsters that are really good normal summon effects, but I feel like we need more sharks that can special summon from the hand. I feel like, I remember when I played the shark deck, maybe it was just a bad build of the shark deck that I was playing, but if my opponent had one or two hand traps that prevented normal summon or prevented me from activating an effect off of a normal summon, I was in a lot of trouble. I feel like it didn't have a lot of monsters in there that could special summon. Angler is one, but I feel like this is another monster that, doesn't have the ability to special summon itself, which is unfortunate. But that being said, still feel like it's a really good card, but I feel like that is the one weakness of the Shark deck right now. But man, somebody really, really loves Shark because the fact that we continue to get consistent and good consistent Shark support is insane. I don't know the facts, but I think we've gotten more Shark support than Yuma support in the last 5 years. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I don't know if that's true, but it feels true just based on the cards that we've gotten. So Shark gets another support here. But let me know what you guys think of the Gaia Millennium card and of this new Shark monster. Feel like they are both interesting. I feel like Vase Shark is certainly a better card, but let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if there's any anime references I may have missed, please let me know that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.